Today I'm going to talk about travel shoes for men. So over the last few years I've been testing out a bunch of different travel shoes, and today I'm going to share my 3 requirements for travel shoes. So the first one is the comfort of the shoes, which I think is really important. Next is the versatility of the shoe, so that you don't need to bring a bunch of different shoes. And lastly, I want to talk a little bit about the look of the shoes, and it kind of goes into the versatility. As a nicer looking shoe you can also wear in different places without having to bring a bunch of different shoes with you. So with that in mind, I've gathered up a bunch of my shoes here, and hopefully you can take some tips from this and help you make a better decision on what shoes you want to bring for your trip. If this is your first time watching my channel, I'm Thor. I like to make travel guides and some packing, give you some packing information. Let's jump into it. First, I want to talk about the comfort of the shoe, which I think is really important. So a few years back, I bought a pair of sneakers like these. They don't look like much now, but back in the day they were pretty nice. Thinking that I could use them pretty much everywhere. But I soon realized that the comfort of these like regular sneakers are not good enough. Like the sole, it's too... you can't wear it all day. If you're gonna walk around with these kind of shoes all day, which you usually do when you're traveling, your feet are going to hate you. And I mean hate you. So pretty much sneakers were out the window for me, since I couldn't wear them like for longer than a few hours. At that point I started researching what kind of shoes other travelers were using, and like barefoot shoes kept popping up over and over again online. So I decided to buy a pair of barefoot sneakers myself, and these are the ones I got. They are the Vivo barefoot shoe. Now as you can see, with barefoot shoes they are very compact and light, and they pack together really nicely in a bag, especially if you're kind of a lightweight traveler like me. They're also pretty versatile, and versatility when it comes to shoes is really important, as you don't want to pack a bunch of shoes and have to drag them around all of Europe or Asia or wherever you're going. In that aspect, these shoes are pretty nice. You can wear them when you go in the forest. Like you can see, these are pretty worn out because I wear them all the time when I go for hikes in the forest and in the mountains and such. They're also pretty nice for going to the beach, as they're lightweight enough that you can wear them in the water, you can wear them in the sand, yeah. But the problem about these barefoot shoes is that they're useless when you're walking in the city. They're so frigging thin that they offer no support on the concrete and asphalt. These were pretty much out the window for me, since I'm looking for one pair of shoes to bring on my trips. And to be honest, they don't really dress up really nicely, so they weren't very versatile. But it's a good option if you want to look into something and you're not going to stay in the city. Perhaps you can buy a pair that's a little bit more dressed up. I'm going to link to all of the shoes I have in this video down in the description if you see any of them that you like. So next up, I started researching what kind of shoes would be comfortable to walk in the city that was a little bit more dressy. And what I came up with was this. They are from Adidas. They're called Ultra Boost. I think this isn't the newest version, but I thought these were a bit more low-key, so they were pretty nice. Now these shoes, they're pretty comfortable to wear, and they have a thick sole so that you can walk around on asphalt with them all day without wanting to cry in a corner by yourself. They're also pretty breathable, which is pretty important, especially if you travel to a lot of hotter destinations like me. I'm from Norway, so I get more than enough snow and cold here. Usually like to run away from that. Yeah, so they're pretty comfortable to wear pretty much everywhere. They're useless at the beach, so if you decide to go with something like this, you're probably gonna want to buy some kind of sandal as well, like this one. Get the ones with the thin toe thingy. If you buy the plastic ones, you're going to hurt a lot, as your feet will get very sore from wearing that. Anyway, back to these ones. So another thing that I like to look for in shoes is something that's kind of low-key and kind of understated. So going with a black shoe turned out to be a really good decision, as these can kind of get dressed up if you wear a shirt and some kind of jeans or a nicer short perhaps. And I've actually used this in pretty nice restaurants and decently nice bars, without anybody batting an eye really. They're kind of trendy and fashionable as well, so you have that to your advantage. They don't pack down as nicely as some of the other shoes, but I think that they're so versatile kind of makes up for that. Another thing I would say, if you decide to buy something like this, is really any shoe, is to wear them in before you go on your trip. The last thing you want to do is buy a new pair of shoes, like you're excited for your new trip. I'm gonna get this new pair of shoes and I'm not gonna wear it before my trip starts. Big mistake. You don't want to wear in your shoes on the first day of your holiday, walking for 12 hours, and then you come home with blisters and yeah, it's not gonna be a good time. So make sure to wear in your shoes before you leave for your trip. These turned out to be a really nice shoe for a single packed bag for me. I like to travel really lightly, and I even have a video that you can check out where I pack my lightweight bag with these shoes. So it really comes down to your plans, right? If you decide that you're not going to walk around in the city much, perhaps you don't need to have a shoe that has a lot of support. Perhaps you can even go with some hiking shoes or something if you know you're going to go in the mountains a lot. And you don't mind walking in the hiking shoes on the plane and on the bus and such. And of course, if you know you're going to stay at the beach a lot, perhaps you want to wear some kind of sandals or lighter shoe as well. But personally, I think these Adidas shoes are some of the nicest ones I have had since I started to travel 6 years ago. And if we want to avoid some of the pitfalls that me and many other travelers have gone into, I do want to invite you to subscribe to the channel, and I will help you become a much better traveler in no time. Next up, I want to recommend you to head over to my packing video, where I show you how to pack a carry-on for long-term travel. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you over there.